Hello people of the internet, my name is Adam and today I'm going to be showing you how to set up MIDI tracks in Reaper. So if you go track, virtual instrument track, then if I put this on the right screen, be met with probably not as many of these. You'll probably just have these two plugins here. They're not very good, they have their uses probably, but I'm just going to be using one of these other plugins. I'll put a link in the description. We use this acoustic guitar one because this is quite a nice plugin. So yeah, we've got this little UI pop up. We've got a few presets on here. So there, let's go for a nylon guitar. If you just hold down Control and drag on the track, you get this MIDI item. Then if you double click on that, there's some delay on that. Let's turn that down. We have a guitar. So let's just get a little riff going. Yeah. There we go. That'll do. There we got a little riff going. So nice and simple. You just have your little pencil tool. You don't have to hold down Control. Control makes it into a selection tool, which I can't use. There we go. So yeah, you just right click and drag to select normally. I don't really know what the point in that is, to be honest. Actually, yes, I do. If you hold down Control while you click, it does that. That's what the difference is. Hold down Alt, you get your rubber tool, so you can rub stuff out. Nice and simple. So that's how you set up your MIDI track. It's a little bit different to install plugins on Windows and Mac. I'm going to show you on Mac first because it's a lot easier on Windows and you can probably work it out if I show you that first. So I'll be right back with a Mac. Okay, so here we have a bit of a fun bit. The issue with using Mac for Reaper is that you have a very small amount of plugins. If you I use this website VST for free. I use other ones as well, but this is the one I primarily use. And if you click on operating systems up here and just select OS X, this will mean that like when you search, so I'll go on guitar and bass plugins. If I can click on guitar and bass plugins, there is literally 2 for Mac, whereas for Windows there's quite a lot more. So you are restricting yourself hugely by using a Mac. That is just a warning. And there's also the 101 different ways that the plugins can come in. For example, I just downloaded this one and it came with an installer that didn't work. So I then had to dismantle the installer in order to get the VST, but it does now work. So you can see the link right there, unless you're not watching in full resolution, in which case you probably can't read it. The link will be in the description anyway to the website, not specifically to Spicy Guitar. But if you download one, I've already downloaded some. Oh, I'll show you how to download quickly. We'll just go on Forefront Bass. You just click on the Mac symbol and it will begin downloading. So that bit's nice and simple. Now, where do you put your VSTs? Well, if you open up Finder, I'm already in. Now I'm in Downloads. Okay, well, if you hold down your Apple key or Command key, if you're using a Hackintosh like I am, you hold down the Windows key and press up until you reach Macintosh or whatever your hard drive's called. It'll have a little symbol of a hard drive, and you'll be met with these 4 folders, possibly a few more, but at least these 4. If you open up Library and go into Audio, then into Plugins, then VST. Now, it's nice and simple. All you need to do is put your VST in there. The tricky bit is getting the VST. So download's just finished. Okay, so forefront bass. Now this one has come as a, and if I drop this in, authenticate, type in your password. It's come down as a .component file, this one. So if I just go into, how do I do it? Like that. Where it says component, I simply rename this VST. It'll ask for permission, rename, and then if you go into new instrument track, oh yeah, you have to go up here and scan for new plugins. If you go to instruments, it won't be there. What have I done wrong? Okay, I've done something wrong. I'll be right back. Worked it out. So what you have to do is right click on it, go get info, and rename it here instead. Otherwise it leaves the component bit behind. It'll ask you for permission again. Do that. It'll change its little picture. If we go down to instruments now and scan for new plugins, then we have it right there. So we can open that up, and as before, I think it is something else on Mac, isn't it? It's not. Nope, not control. Hold down the command key or Apple key or Windows key to do that. Have it at a really awkward resolution. Right, it's popping a little bit because I'm kind of running it through two drivers. I'm running it through the Mac driver and then through my Windows driver, so it doesn't sound brilliant, but it does the job. Okay, so if you can draw on it, then get a little bass line going. So that is how, if you get a component file, that is how you do it. If you get this one, now this is a DMG, so if you double click on this, it will mount and you'll be met with an installer. Now your installer might work, or it might come up saying about the preferences. Now you can change that by going, I think it's accessibility, and then I cannot remember where we go from here. Is it under commands? I've lost it now. Damn it. Maybe it wasn't under accessibility. Hang on, let me find it. Found it. I'm a genius. It's under security and privacy. Click on the little lock. Authenticate. And then under here you put anywhere. And then you can just click on this, and then the installer should magically work. Now, I'm assuming you can work out how to use an installer. However, I'm going to show you this just in case you have an issue like I had earlier, which admittedly was my own fault, but you can go show package contents, go under contents, then open up archive.pax.guz, and then it'll open up, in this case it's archive 2, you go under library, audio, plugins, VST, and it is there. That is just an alternative way of installing it. Just drag and drop that into the right place. So, those are the only two kinds of that aren't just VST. Sometimes they just come as VSTs. You can get the components and you can get the DMGs as well. Those are the only other two kinds I've seen. I really don't use Reaper on Mac a whole lot, to be honest, because don't really like using a Mac more than I have to. But if you can go rescan here, you can change the directory that you look for VSTs if you need to. Just put a semicolon if you want to add a directory. So if I wanted to add library / VST folder, I could put them there and they would appear. Of course, that would be stupid and very disorganized, so I'm not going to. I'm just going to use the defaults, but the option's there in case you want to change it. So, I'll just quickly show you the other one. Spicy guitar plugin. See, works all fine and dandy. Choose guitar. That's great. Thank you for that. How do I change it? Is that under here? There, that did something. Okay, and then we can just have a quick listen to this. Or maybe we can't because it doesn't make any noise. Oh, we had some there. Bloody hell, that's quiet. There's some noise. It sounds sort of like a guitar. So, that is how to install VSTs on Mac. I will now go over to Windows, which is much easier. Okay, we're back in my comfort zone. Now, VSTs for Windows. Nice and simple. We used the same one we did before. So, depending on whether you have a 64 or 32-bit operating system, you download whichever one. I've got a 64-bit install of Reaper, so I will use a 64-bit plugin. Download to desktop, and then that will take a couple of seconds. It will download a bit faster than it does on Mac, simply because this is just like, this is the host operating system, not like before I had Mac running in a virtual machine. So I'm just talking, killing time until it downloads, because I didn't pre-download one because I'm a moron. Okay, so we can close that down now. We have our plugin. Now, we minus this down, go to computer, see, this will be, if you've got a 64-bit install on a 64-bit operating system, it will be in program files. If you've got a 32-bit install on a 64-bit operating system, it'll be in x86 program files. If you've got a 32-bit install on a 32-bit operating system, it will be in program files, and you won't even have this folder. Hopefully that all made sense. Okay, so we go into Reaper, plugins. Yours, depending on, if you've got 32-bit, you won't have the x64-bit, I don't believe. Now you go into the FX folder, that's important. And then from here, we open up our forefront bass. We got a little .dll there. Drag and drop it in there. Press continue. And boom. Nice and simple. You may get installers, but they tend to work most of the time. If not, then it's probably not a very good plugin anyway. We go under instruments now, and we just downloaded forefront bass. There it is, right there. So that's what it looks like. Hold down control, drag that in. We now have some bass. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you found this video helpful. Please leave requests if there's anything specific you want me to do a video on. Any queries you have or whatever, I will answer your questions, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.